Welcome to Shifting Impressions, Conversations with the Realm of Beings, with me, Gretta Chamberlain, and the Realm of Beings. Shifting Impressions, which is one of the vehicles that supports the transmission of the Realm of Beings, is here to assist you in delving into your being by providing numerous topics and discussions for you to intake as you deepen your connection with your inner world. Shifting Impressions is here to assist you in strengthening yourself as you excavate to understand your true nature. Join us today and learn to shift your mindset, shift your thoughts, and shift your focus to recreate your life and produce a new you. Shifting Impressions starts now.
Good day to all of our viewers and our new viewers, old viewers, soon-to-be viewers. I'm Kathleen Lee, the original, and I'm coming to you live, filled with joy, unconditional love, peace, and we're going to be vibing high with Gretta today. Hi, Gretta, and the Realm of Beings. And each week, as you know, we discuss a channeled quote that was given to Gretta, and it basically supports our teaching on the creation of reality. That's one of our tasks that we have to do. So we want to welcome our audience and learning all about how we create our own reality and how you create your own reality. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't say that we are so excited about our new upcoming fall format, where every month we're going to have a special guest with us. And we're beginning with Alan Steinfeld, author of Making Contact, and his best-selling book right here is behind me on UFOs. So Alan is going to basically be teaching you and introducing you to remote viewing. Now, that's for the entire month of September. So spread the word, because Gretta and I know you don't want to miss this opportunity to learn from a master teacher of remote viewing. So stay tuned for more information, though, from Transformation Talk Network, because they're going to show you how to register for this these upcoming sessions, actually upcoming episodes. And guess what? The first 100 people will be on the show. How about that? So you will be able to interact with Alan and Gretta and myself for the entire month of September. It's going to be 2 shows will be taped, 2-hour shows, but that information is coming forward. So are you ready for the quote of the week? It sounds like I'm back in elementary school teacher, you know, even though I never did that, Gretta. Are you ready for the quote of the week, boys and girls? Okay, well, here we go. Okay. The benefits of practicing unconditional love in today's world. In your self-constructed realities, realize that unconditional love is the source of your salvation and apply it to yourself and then others. For remember, all are one and the same, the Force. The description is review the meaning of unconditional love, then understand the benefits of its practice to you, humanity, and the earth. And Gretta, I totally agree with this quote. Unconditional love is so desperately needed right now. And I'm glad that we are reviewing it because I've been keeping Gretta abreast of all of the volcanoes and natural disasters. I mean, you know, the Grand Canyon has created its own weather system. That's how hot that fire is going on down in there. And without further ado, I'm going to walk this over to Gretta.
I'll take it, Kathy. I'll take it. You know, I'm just so enthusiastic over today's topic because a lot of people that I know that I come in contact with, they focus on loving someone. They don't focus on loving that person unconditionally. There's a tendency to put in conditions. You know, I love you when you do this. I don't love you, however, when you do that. So unconditional love takes care of a lot of issues. And the people that you and I facilitate for, I know I get word back that when they do our affirmation, and we'll need to give it again today, that affirmation really works because it's dealing with love of self. Unconditional love is about you loving self, is about you loving others, but unconditionally.
You know, Greta, everyone now it's like the new buzzword, it's like FAFO and any other thing that comes along. But
Mhm.
people really do not understand when they appropriate a word exactly what it really means, or they attach their own meanings to it. It's still to me on a surface level. They still don't understand that it goes deeper than that. So, can you please enlighten everyone or remind everyone about how the realm has taught us to look at unconditional love?
You know what? While you were saying that statement, Kathy, I thought about only giving two parts today
Oh,
of what
okay.
unconditional love is, because I think we want to drive this home today. We are always talking about it in our podcasts, but for somebody to really internalize it, I think we just need to do with two things.
Okay.
And the first part of it would be that um, you accept the reality that the other person has created. If you're
Mm.
wanting to love yourself, then you accept the realities that you have created, regardless of what they look like. They could be the most horrible thing or things that you want to experience, and you go, oh my goodness, how did I create that? But when you love yourself unconditionally, you're going to go and you're going to say, that's all right. Like I'll say to myself, Greta, that's all right. But let's try something different. That's all. So unconditional love, I think one of the aspects of it is acceptance. Acceptance of the person to the extent that it's okay what reality that they create.
But what if their
It's okay.
reality bleeds into your reality in such a way that it's kind of hard for you to recognize that you even created to participate in that person's reality? You know what I mean? It's like I get well, yeah, that's how I want to put it out there, because as the realm is taught and you've often reiterated, it's the personality of the person that you don't particularly care for,
Absolutely.
not the person itself. But we have a challenge as human beings separating those two things
Absolutely.
because
And
of the illusion.
right. And see, I think you've taken us into another aspect of unconditional
Oh,
love.
sorry.
Because no, that's all right. What are you gonna be sorry for, Kathy? There's nothing we don't have to be sorry for
That's
anything.
right. You didn't reveal what the second one you should go talk about. So,
So, yep. So it's like there's a duality. And this is a challenge for some people to deal with, depending on where they are in their spiritual development. When we say the force, what are they? People think it's the universe. People think it's God. No, it's not. The force, when we're referring to the force, or when the realm of beings is referring to the force, we're referring to that force, that energy which creates all of existence. All of existence. Now, some people might not know what is existence. When we use the term existence, we're not just talking about Earth. We're not just talking about the solar system. We're talking about all of this universe, including all the other universes that exist, you see, because we could be universe number 576 for all we know. And there's a universe out there that's 10,876. You see, because the force that creates all of existence has no limitation. And it's in a constant state of creation of reality.
But Greta, I'm pretty sure that there are listeners out there and people all across this world that are just beginning to recognize that they are not the only ones in this universe, and that there is more than one universe. Because people, or scientists, I should say, are just now coming to the conclusion that we reached a long time ago. The realm told us and told you there's more than one galaxy, more than one universe, and that there are millions of different intelligent beings out there. And
Absolutely.
so, I mean, we're talking about a universe of a 522. It could be 10 million, but it's still, for some people, um, uh, accepting that. Just like accepting, like, like they said that their aliens are arriving here in November, and it's going all across TikTok. Ah, they're coming, they're going to be 7 feet tall and dark, and they're going to hurt us. I mean, it's like, it's just absolutely incredible, the stuff that that they're doing. And it has to do with Titan and the Amama Wuau. I can't pronounce it. It's like a Hawaiian thing, going across. It seems like it's being guided intelligently. And I mean, everything to me is guided intelligently. Everything has intelligence. Uh,
Absolutely, because everything is the force. There
exactly.
you
Thank you
go.
for clarifying that. So I'm sorry. Go on.
I'm not going to flip into that whole discussion about extraterrestrial life and how people are taking all that. But I'm going to jump back into unconditional love. Um, and that is one aspect is that you see that everyone and everything is the force. But that was the one I didn't want to really talk about. I just wanted to talk
Oh,
about two. One, that you accept the reality that the person creates, and you accept the fact that the person creates his or her own
but
reality.
Greta, that's still a challenge also, because if you
Absolutely.
living with someone and you don't like what they're creating and you have to see that,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's hard to detach yourself from that. It's like you just want to just, if he does, especially if it's your spouse, or a child, or just anyone really, even somebody on your job, doesn't really matter. Anyone that kind of rubs you the wrong way, or you just see that they're like, why are they on this path of self-destruction? And like if they're becoming addicted to drugs or whatever, um, it's hard to say, you know what? I love you unconditionally, and I accept the reality that you are creating. And because we want to go into what we keep trying to get away from, which is saviorhood, sacrifice,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, see, and blame.
and blame.
See, once you appreciate another person, maybe you don't even know the other person. Maybe it's somebody that's you're seeing on YouTube or you're seeing on another podcast station. You go, oh my God, look at that. Look what he did, or look what she did. You see, but we want as ourselves and honoring. See, loving unconditionally is not just for the other person, it's also us honoring ourselves because unconditional love, Kathy, takes you out of you did this to me. You see, it's going to take you out of criticism. It's going to take you out of blame. And in a sense, it assists you in neutralizing things that you don't want to have to bring into your beingness. It's like the title of today's thing, the benefits of practicing unconditional love in today's world. See, many people are getting caught up throughout the world. I'm not just talking about here in the United States, but throughout the world, people are getting caught up in the emotions of things.
Right.
And part of that is fear, Kathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, fear of what's happening. You
Because
know,
we're seeing it.
absolutely. And then, or we've been given information, like when you said they're coming in November, and they're going to be what, 9 feet tall or 7 feet tall, or
Whatever.
whatever, and they're going to hurt us. Well, see, that's all fear. A lot of the stuff that we are experiencing in today's world, that's why the realm wanted to deal with it. Today's world is fear. That is it, fear. And
So
and I know you've been saying it to the people that you facilitate for, get out of fear. Don't get in there. Don't jump in that bucket. And see, loving yourself unconditionally and loving others unconditionally keeps you out of that bucket.
yeah, but sometimes, that bucket, um, you don't want to get in that bucket, but you keep looking at that bucket. It's like, oh, I got to empty that bucket, or I've got to fill that bucket. I mean, it's like, huh, oh, look at that bucket, because I have been, like there are people, like that will say, well, don't you feel sorry for that person? Don't you, you don't have any sympathy? I have a hard time even sending a sympathy card when someone makes their transition. I'd like to make my own cards. I understand cards. I understand you lost your mother. And, but, I don't mean to make a joke out of it or anything, but it's just that, because then when they try to pull me into that, um gee whiz, that person needs some help with their rent. Okay, well, that person created not to be able to pay their rent, so let them create to pay the rent. So sometimes, for some of the people in the audience, how do you accept that criticism and practice loving yourself so that what they're actually you create for them to say that to you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because you must be feeling that yourself. Come to think of it, I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Greta, because I'm as confused as a cow on AstroTurf.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're helping us work through this, you know. And when you have something that you don't like that happens to you, it can be challenging, Kathy. I'm not going to even try and convince people that it isn't. I know there's some things, personal things in my own life that were quite challenging.
Mm.
But what people are finding out that when they say the affirmation that the realm has given us, it changes. See, everything is energy. People don't understand that. Everything here is energy. Even the clothes, even the two books that we're showing, all of that is energy. So when we say this affirmation and we practice it and we take it down into our gut, that means we're taking the energy of it and placing it around us. We're surrounded. And the more the person says the affirmation, the more the energy says, oh, let's go around here. Unconditional love of self. Oh, yeah, that's what you want to be. And so when other people, let me stop that to say, to remind people about our existence protocol we have that we were given. Create, support, support, create. When you're loving yourself, the person must change how they're going to respond to you. See, it's not the person changing, it's you changing.
Right, and that's why I keep saying, Greta, my go-to now is I will say the affirmation, and I will also say, oops, you know what? Change your thoughts, change your reality, Kathy. And I just go like, zoom, I'm just look, exits. I'm like Roadrunner, okay? Oh, no, beep beep, don't want that. Let me go this way. And sometimes it's not as much of a challenge for me as others, you know. But
Mhm.
I do know that when I say the affirmation, if you don't mind, I'll speak it. It's
Yeah,
we love ourselves unconditionally, we forgive unconditionally. We love ourselves unconditionally. We feel ourselves loving ourselves unconditionally. We forgive ourselves unconditionally. We thank you. We thank you. And I will definitely say that when I am when I get caught up in emotional things because it pulls me back, Greta, and audience, into loving myself unconditionally. And it's funny because it kind of neutralizes any of those you know, oh my God, look, this is happening now in the world. I'm just going, oh, okay, well, I don't like that. But I'm able to say, you know what? Nope, I'm not going to get emotionally pulled into that. I'm just going to be a quiet observer. And the only thing I keep saying I can change is myself.
absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, the other thing is that what I'd like to impart to the audience is that when you try to control somebody, when you try to control somebody, or when you are trying to save somebody from something, when you look at yourself, you are full of fear
Wow. Okay.
because that is the only way that you'll want to reach out to somebody. Let me save you, you see. And you're going to know when you reached out to save somebody because the person that you're trying to save may turn around and say something to you that you don't like.
Bingo. And I'm like, you know what? I said, and that happened to me last week. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna stand on business. I'm gonna exit this chat here. And I did. And I said, plant you now and dig you later. And it was like I decided, I'm gonna create my own reality. I have my own stuff to do. And I said, well, you created for that to happen. So enjoy it or laugh at it and just because you wanted to make that exit. And so
Absolutely.
I that's the way I chose to make the exit from a group chat. And I don't regret it. I don't have any regrets because I'm look, change my thoughts, change my reality. And I Kathy has moved on to other things. I'm organizing my books. I'm doing things. I have stuff to do.
Absolutely. And see, and what happens is though, like I said, I'm going to say it again. When you try to control somebody, and what does that look like? It looks like this. Why did you do that? Why don't you do it this way? If you do it this way, it's going to be better because you want the person to do it like that because if they follow what you said, it's going to make you feel good, make you think that you've quote unquote saved them, and you probably won't even think of the word saved. You're going to think of I'm helping this person. And but you're going to know because that person is going to turn around and say, what are you talking about? Stay out of my business.
Yep, and that's exactly kind of like what happened because somebody is experiencing a medical challenge. And when they said what it was, I said, well, I was asking some questions about it because I facilitate, and I was told, don't play doctor. I'm like, whoa, okay. I said, I bow. I let you handle this situation yourself with the person that you're
Absolutely.
dealing with. And I said, ooh,
Absolutely.
okay. I said, now why did I even, I wasn't, we go by referral, so I wasn't trying to do anything, but I guess I was because I said, well, just go ahead and just exit stage right or stage left, whichever way I went. And I said, well, you didn't really feel like being involved with all of this back and forth. It's like every 2 minutes conversations going on. And so now you found a way to exit.
Absolutely.
Your way. You
Absolutely.
exited your way.
Yep.
And you don't have to deal with it anymore. Still love them unconditionally. And that was a
Absolutely.
challenge, Greta, loving them unconditionally. So I had to go back and tell myself it's okay to practice exactly what you're talking about doing, not feel sad. I did feel sad. I'm not going to sit there and say I didn't, because I was like kind of hurt. And I said, well, why am I feeling hurt? I created this. And I can't go blaming the other person because I created it. And that's all we have to say until we come back. So we have 2 minutes, Greta, before break. If you have anything else you want to say before you go bye-bye and the realm goes high.
I just wanted to say again, I want to reiterate again. Well, first, I want to ask you before we leave, the podcast ends, Kathy, after the realm leaves, if you could give that quote to everybody a little bit, to give it to them again and to explain it, like what does the we mean? Because it's a different type of it's not your run-of-the-mill affirmation. It has
Right.
deep meaning to it. So if you
Correct.
could go over that with everybody, that would be great.
Absolutely no problem.
And I want to say to people, if you are criticizing somebody, let's say your husband or your spouse or your a partner, and you're criticizing that person, why are you doing this? You should do it this way. That means I don't care if you went to the altar and said, I do. It still means you're not loving that person unconditionally because that's acceptance. I accept that you did this and it's okay because you created that. That's your lesson. Who are we to tell somebody else or to try and tell somebody else what their lesson is? If somebody has chosen to be an alcoholic or to have some type of drug addiction or affinity towards something that we would perceive not being healthy, it's to accept that person. Let that person come to you and say, can you help me? You don't have to reach out to that person and say, let me help you. In other words, let me save you. See, there's a thin line. I guess maybe the realm will deal with that, but there's a thin line between helping and saving. And helping is a form of unconditional love. Saving is the opposite. It's low vibrational because you're concentrating on yourself. You have fear of something because that's the only way you're going to want to save somebody else. You have the fear itself, not the person.
And on that note, we'll be right back after this break. So please stay with us.
Awakened Hearts, Stories of Embracing Light, Love, and Limitless Possibilities is a powerful collection of real-life stories from 32 conscious leaders and spiritual seekers. From overcoming trauma to rediscovering purpose, these journeys will stir your soul and spark your own healing. Gretta Chamberlain, host of Shifting Impressions, is one of the inspiring voices in this must-read anthology. Go to Amazon now and get your copy of Awakened Hearts. Your light is waiting.
Thanks for staying with us. And if you're just joining us, the realm is with us now, and I'm going to repeat or read the quote that the realm gave us for this week. I know the realm is here, so I don't need to ask. But hello, realm, anyway.
Hi, Kathy.
That's a different one. Never heard that energy before. The benefits of practicing unconditional love in today's world. In your self-constructed realities, realize that unconditional love is the source of your salvation and apply it to yourself and then others. For remember, all are one and the same, the force. The description is review the meaning of unconditional love, then understand the benefits of its practice to you, humanity, and the earth.
You know, we want to look at those last two words. I think that's in sentence one. Today's, or the title. That's what we want to do. We want to deal with the title. Today's world. Now, in some ways, this is an interesting opportunity for each person's growth. I don't care what country you're in. I don't care what religion you belong to. I don't, and we don't worry about what ethnicity you are. You're in today's world. You put yourself here. Each one of you put yourself here. Came here to experience what we are experiencing at this point. Some people's experiences are more challenging than others. Some people are preparing to lose, in this country, to lose their farms, to lose their ranches, burning fields because the food cannot be picked. Prices of food and other amenities increasing in cost. You see, some people are saying, why is this happening? This is not what my focus was on, you see. And then others are saying, we told you so, but you didn't listen, you see. But I'm saying all that to say, Kathy, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. What it is here for is for you to become a stronger person within self, to learn to love yourself. And see, when you learn to love yourself, you're not worried that you have to create a town where everyone else is excluded so that you can perpetuate what you perceive to be your right of birth, you see. Or let's get rid of these people because they don't fit here, without realizing that at one time there was nobody here, really. And how do you fit? The fitting is by way of unconditional love. By way of unconditional love, there's no way you can lose your farm. There's no way you can lose your ranch. There's no way that the fields are being burned of food because there's no one to pick it. There's no way to go through that because you love unconditionally. This is a world thing. There's no way that you can commit genocide against another group of people because you feel that they don't fit with you. See, unconditional love takes you away from all of this. It takes you away from this murk and mire, you see. It takes you away from these myriad of experiences that only support separation, you see. Because of the force, it is no separation only exists to give you a practice of getting rid of it, not embracing it. I want to say that again. This whole experience is to embrace each other with love and appreciation, not with tenets of saying, you don't belong here. How can you say that someone doesn't belong somewhere? When you say someone doesn't belong somewhere, guess who you're talking about? You're talking about yourself, and you're saying you don't belong. You see. That's why unconditional love nullifies all of this. Nullifies it. Because, and who do you begin with? You begin with loving self. And when you love self, one part of unconditional love is that when you look at the other individual, you can only see yourself again. Because we are all one. Everything in this experience is all one. When you see yourself separate, and many people go to church, go to synagogues, go to temples on their day, their designated day that they have given themselves, and pray to that which you call God. We love you, God. No, you don't. Because if you loved God, you wouldn't create what you create. You wouldn't say, these people are evil. You wouldn't even begin to recognize that. You would know better. You see. So if you look around the world, you will see that one of the tenets of the force that is having a challenge being created in these experiences is unconditional love. And that is why today we are teaching it. You talk about extraterrestrials. Look what you do with the people that live here on Earth. How can you even begin to entertain sentient beings from another place outside of where you exist and to treat them with honor and respect when you don't respect yourself and you do not respect the people that are here? Any questions, Kathleen?
Actually, Realm, I am just content just letting you teach, preach and teach. I've been waiting for this explanation from the realm to this planet, to the people on this planet. And it is challenging, but it doesn't have to remain challenging. And I just see everyone on this planet, they are learning the lesson, and how they've chosen how to learn it, I find fascinating. Like you mentioned, loss of farms, and it's all dealing with separation and fear and greed and power, the illusion of power. And I guess this is what sometimes just living on this planet is so challenging sometimes. Interesting, but challenging. And
Absolutely.
why are you here to help us?
We are here because you've created for us to come. And we have also come because the gods that created this universe that you are so happily existing in have mandated that the entire universe is to function under unconditional love. There is a part of this universe that we refer to with Gretta as the 9% of the universe. We're not talking about the 9% on Earth. We are talking about the 9% of the universe that wishes to continue to support lack of unconditional love here on this planet, in this reality, the planet that you call Earth. You see, there are many puppets, as you would call them, puppets, that support the 9%. One of the ways is that you sell your spirit. You sell your spirit because it says one of the tenets of this selling is that I want to be known all over the world. I want to be recognized all over the world. And then in terms of that, I want to have wealth beyond wealth. I will sell my spirit for that. You see, people are thinking that the only thing that's operating here are these individual human beings. But it's bigger than this. We don't talk about it very much, but what you're experiencing here is bigger than what you think. Part of being in this interesting experience called life here on this planet today is being orchestrated by others who are not even here on this planet. That is what we say today. We call them the 9% of the universe that's left, that thrives on chaos. And it has little individuals who decide that they think that they can make themselves bigger than life. And they support this. You see. When you support the 9%, how do you do that? You do that through hate. I hate those people. I hate those animals. I hate the earth. I don't want to take care of it. Let us fight this group. You see, you think here on this planet that you are responsible? Yes, you are, because you accepted it. You accept this creation of reality. You've accepted to hate. You've accepted to look down on other people and see them lowly. But what you don't realize is that when you look at other people and you see them lowly, then you must be lowly yourself. As you criticize someone, you are the criticism itself. You see. You're worried about their through your internet and through your different venues of how you get information from one individual to another. And and they're talking about the other extraterrestrials coming. You can only see destruction because that's who you are inside of yourself. Otherwise, you can't see it. You cannot see something to be evil unless you perceive the evilness within you. You see. People want to rise individually in unconditional love of self and unconditional love of others. So we implore you and we suggest to you, forget and change these realities that you have created, because you are supporting the 9% of this universe that is not following the mandate of the three gods that created this universe. You see. So this challenge of reality is way beyond what you think. But you can rise to the occasion. Rise instead of saying, I'm going to stay here. I don't care about that person. When you say that, you don't care about yourself. You see. We don't care if somebody is in a place where they can only get water and drink it from a toilet. We don't care about those individuals. We don't. You see. It's all right. They don't belong here anyway. And the very people that talk about that somebody doesn't belong here. Everybody came here to experience opulent prosperity in spirit. In spirit. Why deny yourselves opulence and wealth of spirit? Not that dollar, not that peso. Spirit. We suggest to you. There is no need for separation because you are one color and somebody else is another. There is no need for separation because one group of people prefer a certain sexuality and you prefer the other. You see, when you love unconditionally, that does not exist. Then only peace and love exist. So we are through Kathleen speaking today. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to discuss with your audience the mandate of the three gods that created this universe in honor of the force that created existence. We thank you.
Well, it's come at last it's come. The moment I knew that would come has finally arrived, and boy, the realm was on fire today. No pun intended with what's happening across this planet, but that was such a powerful 20-30 minutes of just the realm explaining why they are here with us. This quote, the benefits of practicing unconditional love in today's world. Greta, you missed it. You'll have to watch the show tomorrow to find it. But I'll say one thing. You asked me to talk about the we love ourselves unconditionally. We forgive unconditionally. We love ourselves unconditionally. We feel ourselves loving ourselves unconditionally. We forgive ourselves unconditionally. We thank you. We thank you. The we represents the unconscious, and you working in oneness with it. That's basically what it is. The unconscious is the aspect of yourself that supports you in creating your reality, our realities. And so you're letting it know when you say we, you're letting it know that you're ready to love yourself unconditionally. And you're also, it's letting it know that you're ready for its support in a deeper appreciation of yourself, which remains with you regardless of how many realities that you create that you like or you don't like. It's still there. The point is to just love and realize that you're a divine being. Recognize that you create your own personal reality. Accept the realities that other people create with unconditional love. Remember that you are a divine being who creates your personal reality at all times. You never, ever stop creating it. You create it into infinity as you explore all aspects of your being or beingness. You are the force and are one with all of creation. Therefore, practice your divinity every moment of your life. Appreciate and love yourself unconditionally. And understand that you are one with everything that is in existence. There is no separation. And that's what the realm brought home to you with fire. And the energy that they put out today, Greta, was off the charts. And so, Greta, if anything else you want to say, please do.
The only thing I want to say is for everyone that's listening to our podcast, tell other people about this podcast. Get other people an opportunity to listen to the realm. I don't remember the message because I'm not fully aware. I've stepped back and let them speak, but I could feel that they were speaking with conviction.
Woo! That's bigger word.
So I think, based on what you're saying too, Kathy, I think it's important for people to share this especially this particular podcast because it's dealing with challenges as humanity that we are dealing with today. Humanity. This is a challenge for humanity, not a challenge for individuals, because we're all one. So it's for humanity. That's all I have to say.
Well, next week we'll continue to support you in learning how to create the reality that you truly want to experience and deserve. And we're asking you to like, share, and subscribe to Shifting Impressions on Transformation Talk Network and wherever you get your streams from. Like and share. And don't forget to look out for the information on signing up to be on our show the month of September with Alan, Greta, and me. And we'll plant you now and dig you later.
Once again, thanks for joining us at Shifting Impressions, Conversations with the Realm of Beings on TransformationTalkRadio.com. As you have explored today's creation of reality experience with the realm and me, Greta, each of you is being supported by us in further developing the understanding that you are not just an individual existing in linear time and space, but a multi-dimensional force of infinite possibilities who is connected to all. So begin to create the realities you want. Join us every Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific Time and 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Shifting Impressions at TransformationTalkRadio.com. So long until we create each other again next Friday.